Good morning, grade 8. How are you today? Today we are going to go over some exercises in your workbook regarding the vocabulary section. And the first type is fiction. In this type we are going to talk about the types of books that we basically read for entertainment. And in most cases, the actions or the incidents inside these books are not real. Okay, now in exercise 1, you need to complete the puzzle with the types of fiction, the type of the book. Number 1, Macbeth, Waiting for Godot, The Importance of Being Earnest. Macbeth, Waiting for Godot, and The Importance of Being Earnest. All of these titles are plays. Play is a performance, literary work. You can see it on stage. Okay, so here if you look at the crossword, they give you the second letter. So this is a play. Number 2, X-Men, Spider-Man, and Dragon Ball. طبعا these you won't actually know what do they mean until you go to the second one and he gives you a C at the end. So which word ends with a C at the end? It's a comic. And we said that comic is a magazine that tells stories in pictures and drawings. Comic is a magazine that tells stories in pictures and drawings. Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Dracula. هلا هدول Frankenstein and Dracula. Yesterday we understand that these two books are horror books. Horror, yes. They talk about, Dracula talks about vampires, those who suck your blood. So 3 is horror. Okay, 4, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Ergon is a fantasy because Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, they tell you unusual events and incidents, as well as they talk about magic. بتلاقوا ب Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter they use magic. So 4 is fantasy. Okay. 5, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, The Last Assassin, and The Bourne Identity. Yesterday we talked about The Bourne Identity and we said that this movie talks about somebody who lost his identity and he's in a journey of searching for his identity, right? Who I am. He keeps asking himself, who am I or who I am. This is a thriller, يعني a very exciting movie or book. It talks about exciting events. So number 5 is a thriller. 6, Cinderella, Snow White, Rapunzel. All of these are fairy tales. Cinderella, Snow White, we call these fairy tales. Number 7, Murder on the Orient Express, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Ladies Detective Agency. طبعا The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes and Ladies Detective Agency, detective. Okay, this is what? It's crime novel. Remember when we talked about Agatha Christie novels are called crime novels? Yes, so this is a crime novel because they have investigations and detective about the murder of somebody. Crime novel. 8, The Time Machine, War of the Worlds, journey to the center of the earth, journey to the earth. All of these actions actually talk about traveling in space and traveling in time. So this is science fiction novel or science fiction movies. Science fiction. When you talk about events in the future, you are talking about science fiction. Number 9, Viking, Pompeii, Cintron. All of these are historical events. They talk about things that happened in the past. So this is a historical fiction or historical novel, a Viking. You must have seen the movie Viking. Yes, historical fiction.